Welcome to the Wed Pro podcast, the podcast for Wed Pros no matter their stage. We are your hosts, Katie and Roxy, and this is the Wed Pro podcast.
Hey, and welcome back to episode 137, which is just mental, of the Wed Pro podcast. And just if you've stayed with us for all 137 episodes, thank you so much. Like 5 years. 5 years.
5 years.
137
episodes. Thank you so much for all of your support. And if you want to continue to hear us in your ears, whether you're walking with the dog, having a bath, cleaning the kitchen, or just actually taking notes, don't forget to hit that follow button. It really does help us.
And helps people to find us as well. I thought that was a brilliant segue, Roxy.
Yes.
Couldn't have been more planned if it wasn't planned. Right, okay, let's dive in. I think I want to take, because episode 136 was a little bit crazy, so let's just straight into this. We've come with better podcast vibes, haven't we? Right, I just want you to think for a minute about something that we've all definitely done. Looked at somebody else's profile, and amongst them, you know, showing up and doing all of the things, you just know that they are booked out.
Yeah, like they haven't said, I'm fully booked, but the way that they are showing up is giving, you know, you'd be lucky to get a space in my diary kind of vibes.
And this is what we really wanted to talk about today, kind of booked out energy, how you can attract clients before they even inquire. Because honestly, the best sales happen before you've even had the conversation.
Exactly. We're not talking about faking confidence or pretending you're busier than you are. We're talking about showing up in a way that makes people feel like, OMG, this person is the one for me. So first off, this booked out energy isn't about lying or inflating your diary at all. It's about positioning.
Yeah, I like that. So it's about positioning, not pretending. It's how you are carrying yourself online, how clear your brand is, how confident your brand is, and how much trust you build in kind of all those assets that go all over, everywhere, from your brand to how you show up online, to how you show up at wedding fairs, anything that we can find about your business. How are you carrying yourself? And this comes before any inquiry drops in. How much trust are you building before that inquiry comes in?
And here's the truth with this one. People are deciding whether to inquire before they ever even speak to you.
I know, and it blows my mind when
it's crazy.
Because we look in our analytics a lot about a lot of things, as you would expect that we do.
We see you checking us out.
We see you. But it always blows my mind when I'm thinking, oh my word, like, people have listened to us for X amount of hours this month, or
we were actually saying this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah. Or that they've been consumed this much of our content online, or this. But it's facts. People are watching your stories, they're checking your website, they're reading your captions, and ultimately they're subconsciously picking up on the vibe that you're giving off. And even when you don't know who doesn't inquire, right? So we don't get to sort of ask them, oh, what stopped you inquiring? So this is where you've got to have a little bit of intuition here, isn't it? And kind of really just look at it. And that's what we're going to help you out with today. Really putting yourself in a space to make people want to inquire with you.
To attract it towards you. And that as well comes down to confidence. So let's talk about that a little bit, because you can be amazing at what you do. But if you show up second guessing everything, people will feel that, even from across the interweb.
Yeah, I think
the interweb.
We've worked with a few clients on this in terms of people who maybe are second guessing decisions in their business, whether it's different pricing, whether it's different strategies, or people who, you know, don't really know what they want to do in the business. They want to maybe raise their prices, but also on the other end of the scale, they want to be available for absolutely everybody that's ever inquired about them, whether they get paid or don't get paid. And then actually, when we delve into that, they don't really want to do that, but they're still portraying that they want to do that. But this kind of stuff, and if you have listened to that thinking, oh my word, that's hectic, imagine what your clients are thinking. This is what me and Roxy see, and we see this, don't we? And, you know, if people are coming to you thinking, I think this might be a good fit, or I'm not sure if this is quite right for my wedding, they're going to scroll, right? And you need to really understand where you sit, have confidence in your brand, have confidence in those real business foundations, really. And we alluded to this on the last episode in terms of the foundations of understanding who your client is, what you want. But also, it's also about backing yourself, isn't it? And actually going, you know what? And this comes into so much stuff because it's about putting yourself out there. Can't sell a secret. These things are things that I do say. You've got to back yourself. And it can be really scary to do that. And it can be really scary to put ourselves out there because some little thing in your head is going to say, oh, well, what if someone says no? Or what if I get rejected? You've got to kind of show up in that confident energy because that's what's contagious, isn't it?
Self-belief goes a long, long way. And we're not saying by any means here to be cocky or like bullshit with it. We're saying show up like you believe in your own work. Because if you are not showing up in that way, why would a potential couple like feel that either?
Yeah, why would they book you? And, you know, it's really that confidence, isn't it? And no matter what stage of your business you're at, whether you're somebody that hasn't been doing this for a while, it's confidence in what you do and how you're speaking and how you present your offer and in your pricing. And we say this, we teach a masterclass, don't we, on kind of positioning. And we say this there, like confidence is what makes people trust you. Whatever level you're selling at, it's the confidence that is going to get the sale across. And that's what's going to make people trust you without needing that back and forth between you, without needing to read 40 testimonials, without you having to send the videos or the over explaining. That's really about kind of what the core message of today's podcast.
Yeah, so let's, on that note, talk about, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's talk about subconscious signals and what your brand is subconsciously saying about you. And this is where it gets a little bit spicy because your brand, believe it or not, is sending signals all of the time, even when you're not posting. I love that.
I think, though, this is one of the biggest realizations. Like when we work with any client and you come into any one of our programs or we work with you, we go and do a bit of research, don't we?
We do.
Every client that works with us, we're like looking at your website, we're looking at your socials, we're looking at how you show up online. And quite often it's that kind of aha moment where there's either a disconnect or people don't really know that they're doing social media in a wrong way. Like if your Instagram is full of chaos and Canva quotes, or does it feel like a business that's got its stuff together and it knows the direction it's going in? And even, you know, they've stuck to this is what we're doing and they're owning it. You know, which one feels more like that you're going to book with them? Or again, maybe you're somebody that posts and then doesn't post for 3 more weeks. And then you post a couple of times and then you don't post again. And you're somebody that doesn't really have any structure around that. Again, which one says, I'm a serious business and I'm confident in my work? Which one?
Yeah, and it's like, do your photos show people laughing, having fun, being in the moment with you, or is it just a lovely gallery of flat lays and beige, which is fine on a top level, but
Yeah.
subconsciously, what is your feed? What vibe is your feed giving off without you even
Yeah.
realizing it?
And then think about your captions as well. Like, how are you writing things? How are you putting that across? Are you writing like you're talking to a friend? Are you coming across like you know your stuff? Or are you trying to sound like super corporate or super kind of editorial? Some of these things just don't match together, do they?
And if they're not matching, like potential clients are going to feel that, aren't they? You attract the energy that you put out. So if you want dream clients who value you, trust you, and pay you properly, you've got to show up like someone who's already doing that kind of work.
And this is what we say, like we say people can't buy what they can't see. So we say that, don't we? You need to be putting these things out. You need to be putting the types of weddings, the type of client. Otherwise, people are going to write you off. And especially if you're somebody that wants to work a little bit in those fields, or you're not attracting the clients that you want to attract yet, or you're not finding the inquiries coming so easily, or you're struggling to get bookings. This usually is part of the reason why, isn't it? And that you need to go and kind of have a look at this. Okay, let's look at what booked out energy actually looks like and make it a little bit tangible because I know that we do like a checklist, don't we, Roxy?
We do.
So, booked out energy looks like you know who you are, what you do, and who you do it for. It looks like you're happy to show your face, you're happy to talk about what it's like to work with you. You create content that solves problems and you don't just show off the end result or have a feed full of lots of Canva and a lot of disorganized mess. And also, and this is my favorite one as well, you're not afraid to say, here's how you actually book me. You're not afraid to ask for the sale.
And, you know, it also looks like boundaries. And I do like this one. You don't need to reply to DMs at midnight. There is such thing as doing it in the morning or scheduled emails if you want to actually
I felt like you were going to say there is a such thing as work-life balance, but
there is such thing as work-life balance. But if you know, if you must reply to that email, schedule it for the morning. And it also looks like, you know, not saying yes to things that actually drain you. It is okay to say no.
Yeah, booked out people act like their time is valuable because it is, and I know that I act like my time is valuable. Absolutely,
I am so time for so this
yeah, we are, and we actually will hire out, won't we? And we will offset things to other teams in our business and other because our time is valuable. And this, you know, especially we're both working mums, we've got a limited amount of time in the day, making me giggle about the work-life balance thing. It's kind of like, right, what can we get done? Our time is really valuable. But booked out people who are busy act like their time is valuable. So this is how you need to act. Even if you're not booked out yet, you've got to start setting that tone in terms of setting the boundaries and doing that checklist, knowing who you are, showing your face, creating content, you know, and also asking for the sale as well.
So how do you start showing up with that booked out energy when actually you're kind of starting on an empty calendar? What can we do here?
So, first of all, you need to stop making it mean something bad. You need to stop showing up from that please pick me energy. So, that can look like a lot of things, discounting, throwing extra things in, cutting pricing. A lot of people think this looks like following up, and it's not that at all. Keep following up. That's not going to come across as desperate at all. It's not going to stop you having booked out energy to be following up. It just shows that you want to work with that client and you're, you know, you feel like you're a good fit and you're aligned. So please keep following up. But stop making it seem like you're desperate for the business. Step back, set those boundaries around time. And this is it as well. Like people don't book from a place of desperation. People don't book when you're giving off that energy. And we always use the analogy of Ferrari or Chanel, or, you know, think of like a really top end brand that you would really connect with. They're not waiting for people, like, and they're not, you know, giving off, they give out booked out energy, don't
They
they?
do, yeah, like
Absolutely, in
they
a
are in
tea.
demand. They are not everybody can have a piece of me.
Yeah, they're not changing their product, they're not changing their price. The product is the product. And if you want it, like this is it, and this is how much it's going to cost. And that's what we're kind of saying. We need to showing up from that. I'm not confident. I need this booking. Please pick me. I'm an option in 1,000. This is why it's so important to niche down as well, and for you to know your niche, because then you all of a sudden don't become an option in 1,000, do you?
What you need to start doing is, like I just said, acting like a business that is in demand, even if you're not quite there yet.
Yeah, and that could just look like being a little bit more selective about the work you take on, or also being a little bit more selective about what you're posting on socials and online as well.
It's about creating the perception of being in demand, but you can do it in an ethical way, you know, with intention.
And if you're sat there thinking, I know I need to be showing up more confidently and consistently, but I never quite know what to say, this is your sign.
This is your sign. I love that. I always envisage someone stood there with a sign saying, this is your sign. We've built the content vault exactly for that. It helps Word Pros show up like a pro, even on your busiest or brain foggiest days. I have many of them.
You get, I don't know, don't we all? Don't we all at this age? You get done for you content, captions, you get blogs, you get real ideas, plus as well a little super easy AI marketing assistant that we've built that basically helps you sound like a marketing manager. And it's trained in the wedding industry, all of its nuances. It's trained in biopsychology, behavior, wedding industry nuances and trends. And it does all of this for you without you needing to lift a finger.
And it's only £27 a month, and it's no risk either. We really have limited spots. We give you a money back guarantee as well, and you should really try it out. It could change your life.
I think as well, like going back to that time is valuable thing, there's so much, the average wedding pro that uses Content Vault, and before Content Vault it was called Content Club, but we've upped it, we've upgraded, we've made it better, we've
It's
leveled.
had a glow up, guys.
Had a glow up. Content Club had a glow up. We've made it better. Is we're saving people on average like 10 a week. 10 hours a week is crazy. £27. That's somebody that values their time.
That is. So you need to go and check out the link that's in the show notes if you want to, if you are even considering Content Vault, go and have a look, go and sign up. You can cancel anytime.
You can give it a month and
give it a whirl
and see where you're at with it. It may just change your life.
Okay, so if you're sat waiting for people to inquire and wondering why it's not happening,
start looking at the energy, your content, your confidence, and not just kind of at appointments as well, because we said right at the beginning of this podcast that actually people are making that decision long before they have that chat with you. And, a lot of our wedding professionals that we talk to are amazing at talking about what they do. They are super passionate about what they do. But actually, we're talking about the parts before that, before they even get to the call or before they even get to meet you. And this is what people are buying into: your energy, your content, your confidence, long before they hit send on that inquiry to reach out to you.
Booked out energy isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up like you're already in hot demand, baby.
Booked out energy. I love it. I'm going to use this on our next masterclass.
Love it. Yeah.
Booked out energy. Okay, so start now. The bookings will definitely follow.
That's it. So let's go attract some more of those dream clients. Hands up if you are in.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Thank you so much for listening. We're not too far away from episode 150. Maybe we should do something amazing for episode 150. We'll start having a think. If you've got any ideas, if you've got any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can reach us over on Instagram at wedding_business_hub. We're happy to chat with you. If you've got any questions that you want us to cover on the podcast, we're more than happy to dive into anything and everything about business, aren't we, Roxy?
Oh, yes.
About
oh, yes.
Yeah, please do let us know. And if you've got any ideas about what we could do for episode 150, it seems like a little bit of a milestone. We are rubbish, aren't we, at celebrating milestones? I think we've done 6 years of this business and not once we've ever actually celebrated the business birthday ever. We're just, it's been 6 years.
Happy business birthday. Oh, yeah.
We'll do something next year. So we're absolutely rubbish. So let's
help us out.
Help us. Help us. Because if somebody asks us to do it, we'll do it, won't we? Because
tell us that we need to go on a spa day.
Oh, that's what.
This is the second time I've dropped spa day in there today.
Okay, lovely. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much. Remember to do check out Content Vault and hit follow if you would love more of these episodes. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Wed Pro podcast. Full transcribes of this episode plus every other episode we have done are available at www.theweddingbusinesshub.com/blogs. Thanks so much for listening. If you do have any questions about this episode or anything else at all, you can email us at info@theweddingbusinesshub.com.
com. And if you are loving our episodes, which I know you are, make sure you hit the subscribe or follow button so you can stay updated with any new episodes that land. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.